Okay, we're here with Tenisha Jelks. She's the head girls basketball coach at Christian Life and also the first African American female head girls basketball coach at a high school in Kenosha County. Tanisha, first, your family was the first African American family to settle in Kenosha.
Yes.
Without going too far in depth, can you kind of give me just a general background of your family and just how they settled and kind of some of the lineage there?
Well, on my dad's side, paternal side, the Jelks family, my grandmother is the third descendant of the Henry Dodge, the first governor of Wisconsin. He actually was in Indiana, came over to Wisconsin, brought two of his slaves with him, and the first two, Antoinette and Henry, and that just started the lineage on down to my great grandmother and then my grandmother here in Kenosha, and quite a few others that are still here and still living. So.
Sure, very good. And Tanisha, you attended and played high school basketball at Bradford, correct?
Yes, I played high school basketball at Bradford. My sophomore and junior year. At that time, ninth grade was still in middle school, junior high. So
we were there at the same time, so we won't tell anyone how old we are. We'll keep that a secret.
Yes.
But more importantly, Tanisha, what how much of an honor it is, or I guess what does it mean to you to be to have the stature as the first African American female coach, in general, but also given your family's history here, I'm sure that means a lot to you.
Yes, it's quite the honor. When people had mentioned it to me, I was quite surprised. But then just thinking back to my family, and it's probably one of those things. I think even this season was the best word was perseverance of lasting through probably some very segregated and discrimination times, and now to be a head basketball coach and the first African American, it's quite shocking. It's an honor. It's a privilege. But also comes with great weight because as the first of anything, you want to make sure you're doing things right, and that's a lot of critique. And so, but I just feel very blessed and very honored and very excited.
Do you kind of think back to your family, and like you said, what they certainly undoubtedly had to go through? We probably don't even know all the details, but you have an opportunity that many of them probably never would have gotten. I'm sure that's not lost on you how amazing it is that we've at least progressed to this point where you can have this chance, right?
Yes, and I think I'm probably not sure how they felt when they first settled in Kenosha, but I'm sure that many of them maybe not thought that this would they're giving birth to a new first, and so. And the challenges it presents, and but I think that we are coming a long way, especially with women of color coaching, especially in Kenosha, in the college, and even NBA.
Sure. And I guess last thing, Tanisha, what do you think? The example, you being a first in your family, is there anything that you can kind of relate to your players? Any of your players in terms of just perseverance and just being the first and kind of blazing a bit of a trail there.
So I think I'm in a unique position at Christian Life because I get to share my faith of God and being able to just have convey that to the players of always having faith and having the strength to push on and use the abilities and gifts that God has given you. So, and even though you're not, the first or, maybe even the last, but just continuing the tradition and persevering through challenges.
Very good. Well, I think it's a wonderful story. Thanks so much for your time, Tanisha. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right.